Hello, my name is Jacob Monk. Welcome to this short lecture about a subject which I have chosen to call What is the Project of Heidegger? You know, Heidegger, the German philosopher. I'm very interested in Heidegger, but I don't claim that I understand Heidegger. Well, I read some things, some of the writings of Heidegger, certainly not all, and I'll say Heidegger is very complicated to understand. I've heard that in Germany they say Heidegger is impossible to translate, even to German. Yeah, this was a joke because, of course, the writings of Heidegger, they are all written in German, but even Germans need a translation to understand his writing. And I'm not a German, I'm a Dane, so I have a very good excuse of not understanding everything in Heidegger. But I think understand what is the project that Heidegger was a part of. What was the intention that Heidegger had with his philosophy? And I'll try to understand. If you take the history of philosophy, there are only three great philosophers. One was Aristotle, he was living before Christ in Greece. Second was Thomas Aquinas, he was living in Italy and France around 12th century. And the third is Descartes, he was living in 16th century in France. Descartes is the start of modern philosophy, and the basic ideas of Descartes was that human beings has a lot of understandings, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of this knowledge we have, it is actually wrong knowledge. Well, Descartes, he made what is called a Cartesian criticism. You can also call it a critical reduction of his own viewpoints. Well, here in my right hand, I have a bottle. I think so, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's only an illusion. I have a body, I think, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm under hypnosis. I don't know. I believe that 2 plus 2 it is 4, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's only because my teacher in school was not very good and I've been indoctrinated by bad teachers to believe that 2 and 2 and 4 is 4. In the real world, 2 and 2 is 5. I'm not sure. I don't know. And that means every kind of conception I have in my head, every kind of impression, every kind of idea I have, it can be wrong. I can't be sure of anything. I have to doubt everything. The only single thing I can be 100% sure about is that I exist, because this is the reason that I can think like I'm doing right now. And when I say that I think, I don't mean my body is thinking, I don't mean my brain is thinking, I don't mean my physical appearance is thinking. I'm talking about my I, my identity. It's invisible. When you see this video, you see my body, my head, you hear my speech, but you don't see and you don't listen to my I. No, I have an identity that is hidden for the visual seeing eye. Well, maybe it's even hidden for myself because I can't see, and even if I look in a mirror, I can't see my own eye. But I know it's existing because I have all these thoughts and all these arguments that you listen to now, And these arguments, they say that everything I sense, hear, feel, smell, it is unsure, but I know that I exist, my personal identity, I exist. This is the basic viewpoint of Descartes. And after Descartes came what is called phenomenology. There are many phenomenologists. Hegel, he was interested in phenomenology. Kant was interested. And there are many other philosophers. Phenomenology is the idea that the I has the ability to study phenomena. Everything outside myself is phenomena. This bottle I talked about, it's a phenomenon. I'm sitting here down in Cyprus looking out the window. I see a mountain. This is a phenomenon. I see myself in the computer screen here. This is a phenomenon. My body is a phenomenon. My thoughts are phenomena. My viewpoints. I have the idea that you're not allowed to hit small children with your hands. That is harmful. That is bad morals to do that. This is a viewpoint. This is a phenomenon. So phenomena has different characters. There are material phenomena. There are relational phenomena. That is the relation between me and my mother, between me and my wife, me and my child. This is a relationship and this is a phenomenon too. And I have these ideas. I still believe that 2 plus 2 is 4. This is a phenomenon too, this idea I have. To study the phenomena is what is called phenomenology. Phenomenology. And phenomenology is the opposite of psychology, because psychology is the idea that human beings are governed by their milieu, their social milieu, and their genes. What comes from inside and what comes outside. That is what decides how I think and how I act in the real world. I have some genes and I've been educated. I've had some parents. I've grown up in a special milieu. I have some special friends. I've seen some special programs in television, and so on and so forth. All what governs my behavior and my thoughts is what comes from inside or outside. This is psychology. Psychology is a science, and this science is 100% deterministic. There is nothing like freedom of will in psychology. Therefore, there is nothing like good and bad. There is nothing like good. There is nothing like spirit. There is nothing like real freedom in psychology, because psychology is the teaching, the science that says that what comes out of a human being is decided from what comes in. This is the behaviorist approach, and the Freudian approach is that what comes out is decided by my genes and my needs, my need for sex, my need for power, my need for money, my need for food, my need for social acceptance, and so on and so forth. My need for prestige, I shouldn't forget that, because when I make a video like this, well, I'll be rather proud if you're able to understand it and maybe write under the video, understand what you say. And if you don't understand it, explain why you don't understand it. Tell me if it's good or bad. That will make me proud. But I'm not finished, because I explained what is the difference between phenomenology and psychology. In phenomenology, there are different schools. And I can't explain the details about these schools because then you need to be more knowledge to have better knowledge than I have. But now we're coming to the point. It is what is the purpose of Heidegger? The purpose of Heidegger is to explain phenomenology without using psychology, because psychology is the idea that you are a human robot. In reality, you're not alive because you're governed by your genes and the external conditions. You are a human robot, a biological robot. I don't believe you are a human robot. I believe you are alive. And life is a mystery. And this mystery, the intention to understand that mystery, it was the intention of Heidegger. That was why he wrote his famous foundational work called Being and Time. Being, that is existence, that is what Descartes found out, what was left when we had taken out all our conceptions that we couldn't be sure about the reality of. This is being. And time, this is the existence, the way that being exists in the real world. There can be no being without time. This video takes time, and all being is based on intentions. I want to do this, I want to do that, and I want to do this and that means that in another time, in 1 second, in 5 minutes, or maybe next year, I want to do this and that. Therefore, being and time is the basic concepts in phenomenology. So Heidegger, he was a researcher. Phenomenology is not a program, it is not an ideology, it is a movement. And Heidegger was one of the brightest researchers, philosophical researchers in this movement. This is how I can explain Heidegger. I hope you understood. If you think I made any mistakes, please correct me. Thank you for listening.